The first step to creating this wonderful quick recipe, first you're going to need to take your walnuts. I'm going to place them in, and when I put them in, I'm going to blend them until they become a smooth paste. I'm going to turn the blender onto a medium speed and let them blend into a smooth paste. Now I'm going to turn it off. Now I'm going to add my olive oil. You can use olive oil or vegetable oil, either one doesn't matter. We're just going to use olive oil because it's a little healthier and because it provides a really good taste. Next, we're going to add lemon juice. I'm going to turn my blender back on. I'm going to put it on speed 2. Turn it off, and then I'll add the roasted red peppers next. I'm moving the roasted red peppers around in the blender to try to help it blend this into a paste for the dip. As you can see, the color is changing. The consistency is becoming a little bit smoother, starting to look more like a dip. As you can see, it's a very thick paste, very dip-like because we're going to dip vegetables into it. First, I'm going to put the cumin in. Next, I'm going to drizzle a little salt in. You won't need that much salt because the roasted red peppers have salt and the walnuts pack a really good flavor. Next, I'm going to add pepper. And lastly, for the ingredients to taste, I'm going to add some garlic. Then I'm going to turn my blender back on to speed 2. I'm going to place my top back on. I'm going to mix it around a little bit, make sure the salt and pepper and the garlic get evenly distributed. If you're worried about the dip being too thick, you can add 2 tablespoons of water and it'll thin it out for you. Now I'm going to turn it off. Now that our dip is the consistency that we would like it to be, next we're going to chop our vegetables. I'm going to show you how to chop a green bell pepper into julienne cuts so that your guests at your party or whatever event that you may be hosting can dip their bell peppers into this wonderful dip. You can also do whatever vegetables are in season at the time, whether it be cucumbers, zucchini, whatever, you can serve them with the dip also. As I'm cutting the bell pepper, I'm going to hold my hand into a bear claw just to make sure that I don't cut any of my fingers. After I cut the top off, I'm going to set it to the side and I'm going to cut my bell pepper in half. Next, I'm going to take the seeds out of the bell pepper and set them to the side because we won't be using them for this recipe. I'll take my knife and slide it along the inside to get all of the white areas out of it and make sure all of my seeds are out. Next, I'll trim the top of my bell pepper because when you're doing a party tray or anything like that, you want all of your cuts to be pretty much the same. So we'll set these pieces to the side and you can save them if you're making another recipe that calls for bell peppers, and you can chop them and place them on the inside of the recipe. Now I'm going to show you how to chop the bell pepper. So basically you choose a size that you think is appropriate for whatever event or however you're going to serve it, and you slice down on the bell pepper. And the goal is to make all of them pretty much the same size. As you can see, they're pretty much the same size. If you're doing a party or event like that, it'll look very pretty on a platter. I'm going to keep slicing down. I'll slice these very thin so that when I garnish with them, they'll be very small and they won't affect the texture of my dip. I'll slice them into very thin slices. Notice that I keep my hands with the bear claws so that I don't lose a finger. You're going to have your bell pepper into thin slices, and we'll garnish the top of our dip once we put it into our bowl with this. I'm going to put the dip into a pastry bag. This is a bain-marie, and I have the pastry bag inside of it so that it's easier to control and the dip doesn't go everywhere, and it holds it for me so I don't have to hold it with my hand. It just makes it a lot easier. I'm going to get a spoon to help guide it out. I think that this is a wonderful consistency, but if you like your dip a little bit thinner than this, once again, you can add 2 tablespoons of water or water until it's the consistency that you like. Once you've placed the dip into the pastry bag, you can lift the sides of the pastry bag out of this. And it doesn't have to be a bain-marie. You can place your Ziploc bag into a cup that you use every day at home. And as you can see, it went right down to the bottom for me. I'm going to take a pair of scissors. I'm going to cut the side of the pastry bag, and now I have a hole. Next, I'm going to remove the bain-marie. I'm going to take any dish that you would like to serve your dip in. Okay, now we're going to start piping our dip into this container. If you would like, you could use pastry tips on it to do a design. I think that it'll be fine with just the cut edges. Try to get all of it out of there so we don't waste any. So pretty much I'm just trying to smooth it out just so I can get an even look. Now I'm going to take the diced bell peppers that we use from our waste, and I'm going to put them on top of here as a garnish. You can do this with the yellow, the red. You can do it with carrots, whatever you would like to garnish your dip with. Okay, now that our dip is complete, we'll put our sliced bell peppers onto a platter. Once again, as you can see, our roasted red pepper walnut dip is finished. We have carrots, red bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, and green bell peppers. Also, we have our trim bell pepper to garnish, and have this for a healthy snack. Heart healthy, promotes brain health, and it's all around tasty. My name is Chandler Bridgewater, and for this and other healthy recipes, you can visit rapidesfoundation.org.